Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video. Today's video we're doing another upgrade to Pegasus. And we're gonna add some accessories to it. Well, add an accessory today. Tomorrow we're gonna do a little bit more. But today we have the RetraxPRO bed cover. So we're going to be installing that. Tomorrow we're gonna do some lights underneath that Nilight was generous enough to send us. And yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go ahead and get things going on the truck. In addition to the bed cover and the lights going underneath the truck, we actually had the windows tinted as well. So yeah, the windows are a little bit darker now, especially down here in this Florida sun. We went with Tint World in Orlando, and they used ceramic tint. So on the side back windows, on the back windows, all the way around the cab, they did a 50 with the premium ceramic tint, which is about 85% UV block, because the tint that's already there is like a privacy tint. It's not actually blocking any sun. And then on the front windshield we went with clear, and that's ultimate ceramic tint, which is about a 90 to 95% UV block to keep the heat out. And then on the windows beside us, we went with a privacy tint, ceramic tint, the premium, and that's again about 85%. So yeah, I think it looks much better now with the windows tinted. I will say this bed cover we paid for, so it wasn't given to us. We got it from, we actually went to 4 Wheel Parts of Orlando. They charge the same price as realtruck.com, which is about $2,300 for this bed cover, and they could have it the next day instead of having to ship it to me in a campground and figure out how to pick it up and deal with all that. So they had it overnight because it was already in their warehouse in Orlando, and I was able to just drive there the next day. In addition, I got a new goose ball for the hitch, the drop-in for the back of the truck, because we were right at about 6 inches of clearance with the new Gen Y with the B&W. So I'm going to show you what we got to raise that about 2.5 inches. So we should have plenty of clearance going forward. All right, we got some instructions. We'll probably not need those. Yeah, this is kind of heavy, so I will say this is a 2-person. I don't know if you just saw me struggling with the box, but this is definitely a 2-person lift. And what you have to do is you have to sit it down outside, and then like sit down outside, assemble it, and then lift it onto the back of the truck. Assemble, because there's some screws that go behind the container that will be up against the back of the truck that you can't get to once it's in there. So we're gonna lift it out. I'm gonna put a mat down so it doesn't get all scratched up on this concrete. We'll get started. This is the bottom?
Yeah, this is your top here.
Alright, so this is the I don't need this quite yet. So the first thing we got to do is remove the shipping, these little plastic outs on the outside. Just a Phillips head, which I got to go get.
Point to it again.
Yeah, there's a Phillips head right here.
On both sides.
Yeah. All right, so these things come out.
Were there actual instructions?
Step 1, remove the shipping. See, I knew what I was doing.
Dale's a perfectionist.
Fasten the rails to the canister. Remove the shipping materials. Remove the screws, shipping brackets, and the white stripping tubes from both sides, retaining a shipping bracket for later to use it as a shim. So this just keeps the keeps that in place. There we go.
Yes, that's if we're moving left to right. It says to save those for later.
Yep. This becomes a shim. This little piece that the shipping piece that I just took off, it actually keeps the thing from rolling out. It becomes a shim for your bed so that you know how close to get it to the tailgate. Then we may want to move it just a little forward if we can. Maybe not pick it up from there. That way the rails are still on there.
Yeah, pull the cover out 6 to 8 inches. Holding it from rolling back in the guide and guide the cover onto the rails, B and C channel while positioning the rails.
It should be fairly light.
Yeah, these are white. I think we'd probably do it both at the same time, but this goes into this track right here. There we go. Hold the back end up for Dale while he feeds that on there. A little bit further. There's a groove. See this groove right here, Dale?
Yep.
There's a tab on the underside that goes into that groove. Right there.
Okay.
Come your way. Now that we got the rails in, there's just 2 screws that hold it underneath, and that's why you have to do it when it's not in the truck, because you wouldn't be able to get to them afterwards. I think you need to go down. Yeah, there you go. Make sure that's in the groove.
I can't really see what's happening.
Oh. I think that's it.
Feels like it would be, but I don't.
So, Retrax. Forgot to drill a hole.
So this hole was solid.
There's like a plastic underneath it that I can't put the screw through.
You just gotta match up to that hole right there. Matches up to that hole right there.
Look at there.
Now there's a hole.
Now you can see it.
So difficult.
Come on, you got this. Almost there. It doesn't go all the way back. We have this bracket that I'm going to use. They said to put it back here, and you slide this to the tailgate. To the, I got it.
Got it?
Yep. Slid. So that there's an 1/8 of an inch right there. So there's, comes with 6 of these clamps. They basically just latch on, and then it goes between these 2 right here, and these screw in and out in order to kind of twist this so that it's straight, so that it will open and close easily. All right. Moment of truth.
Yes, it does.
All right, so after about an hour and a half, it's on. What you think, babe?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
Good. Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks sleek. Minus the fingerprints on the window from.
I know, I saw that too. We'll have to wipe them off. So I can clean the windows tomorrow.
I was planning on washing the truck tomorrow.
Yeah, I can clean it. So I think it looks pretty good. Glad we didn't spend $500 to
Get them to install it.
to get them to install that. It took me an hour and a half with the help of Dale. Thank you, Dale. And Nick. And Cindy.
Did you tell them that it's the same price at like 4-wheel parts as it was on Retrax
Yep.
and all the other websites that we found?
Yep. And the difference being that shipped to the store and I can just pick it up versus having to figure out how to get it shipped to a campground. This, because it's 2 boxes and they're heavy.
Yep, so they're the same price, and then the place that got the bed liner also does it for the same price.
Yep.
And then they'll also install it for you too.
Yeah, they'll actually install it at no cost is what they said. So $2,300 installed.
Yep.
But I wanted to do it. Gotta make a video for you guys.
Show you how easy it is.
Right.
So,
All right, cool.
So now we just gotta buy totes.
Another project down. Yeah, and get the tool so we can get the tools
So we get the
back in the bed.
tools back in it. So instead of doing a toolbox, we decided just to do totes, separate totes with different types of tools that try to help organize and make things a little bit easier for the bed of the truck.
Yeah. Cool.
Good?
You ready to go Home Depot?
I'm ready for dinner.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. Let's go. We want to say a big thank you to Nilight, who sponsored these products. Thank you so much for sending them to us. If you're interested in any of the lights that you see me install in this video, the links to our Amazon store will be in the description below. Check it out, check it out, check it out. The lights. So ran those two together, came over here, spliced those two in, and then essentially what I did was just put it up over the frame and just follow the top of the frame to the front of the truck, all the way under on this passenger side right here. So the battery used to be this way with the box right here. Now the battery's this way and the box is over here. But it's actually really easy to get to. You can just take, there's 2 pins right here, you take that up and the whole bundle is right underneath it. So you don't have to really, move too much. So now we just get to wait because it's really bright outside right now. So we just get to wait until dark and we can flip those lights on. See how it goes. What's up everyone? Good morning, good morning. Yeah, just getting things ready here. Check this out. Oh man, I gotta show you guys. These totes from Home Depot, the Ryobi, they are amazing because each one of them snap onto the roof of the other and then they make a base that has the wheels. I don't have that one yet. And they had a sale at the time that I made this video. You buy one of these, you get this free. So we bought 2 of these and got 2 of them free. Cindy went through yesterday, organized everything. I don't know how long I'll keep it that way, just because I'm a messy person. And then there is the second one. And yeah, so what we're doing, or what I'm doing, is it's basically just getting everything kind of set up and prepared, my little workbench here. So by the time I got everything done yesterday and figured out like how to wire all of it and all that other good stuff, I was done. On the back one, especially having to go under the truck and run lines on the frame and just, it was a lot. So yeah, live to fight another day. So today we have a 12-inch LED bar, light bar that is going to go on the front bumper, and then we have 2 more 6-inch LED bars or light bars that are going to go somewhere on the sides. I'm not sure quite yet, but my goal would be to be able to, like when we're in 360 view mode, I have these lights back here now, something right here in the middle, and then one in the front, of course. And then that way, especially when we're in the desert, I can just flip these switches on, and I'm wiring them all to our upfitter switches. But we're in the desert or something like that, and I can just flip that on and just have light dispersed like 360 degrees. So that is the goal. I don't think I mentioned this yesterday, but I picked this up at Lowe's. This is actually landscaping light wire, because they sell that. It's a 16 gauge, so it's a little thicker than what comes on the lights itself. That way, as I wire couple them together, I got plenty of room for capacity there. And 100 feet was about 40 bucks. And it's black and it's already rubberized, so you don't have to worry about it quite as much. So obviously you don't want to put on something that gets hot, but you don't have to worry about something rubbing into it quite as much as the other ones. But yep, we're going to get started on these lights now. So here is mounting hardware. Here is, this one comes with a wiring harness, which is pretty cool because it has like a relay. You got a button. Of course, I don't need this because I'm not going to wire it to a button. Wiring it to the upper switch, and then you got the light itself. So this will be in the front, facing forward. All right, so this is going to go to the upfitter switch. So now that I have the wires made, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up top. I'm going to feed them. I'm going to feed them down the side right here and under this plastic panel, because this panel just kind of pulls up some. And then I'm going to work my way down and come out right there in that opening. First thing I need to do is, and I'm going to ground it right there to the battery, since it's it's already up here, and I don't have to try to find a ground on the chassis like I did for underneath. All right, so if you're looking, there's this box right here. This box has two clips on the inside right here that you have to kind of pop up and then wiggle it out, and then it'll sit right here and it exposes all the relays. So we're gonna go for relay number 1 today. Now keep in mind, this is totally different for a 24. The reason I know that is because our friends Dale and Angela have a 22 and the box is totally different. All right, so there's my relays. Here's the one I ran for last night. So what I'm looking at is there's this little tag here, and it has the color patterns of each of the relays. So brown, green, I don't know if you can see that right there. It's about halfway down because of course they're not in order. 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 1, I don't know why. Brown, green. So we're looking for this one. Now this should be a little easier because I prepped all the wires with the butt connector. So I just need to cut this off, and we're going to strip this. And they don't give you a ton of room to work with. You use some shrink wrap on this one too, just because I like making sure that it's secure and weatherproof. Good strong connection. That is done. All right, so I just took this plastic cover off. It's literally just clips, and because it's brand new, that was probably the easiest clips I've ever taken off, to be honest. I've got them running down here, and so there's a bunch of wires that kind of go down through this hole already, so I don't have to worry about heat or anything like that since those wires are already there. I know it's safe, and I'm just going to clip this down. Now I can go underneath, since it goes all the way down out the bottom, and go underneath and figure out how I can get it over into this gap right here. So the line ran down through here behind the headlight, up through here, around, there's a little trim piece on the underside of this flap right here, to this side, because the bar is kind of mounted right here, so the wire's coming out of this side. But done. I just need to wire the light in and mount it. And I have clip holes. There's 3 clip holes right here that we're going to use to mount the light. Now there's not a whole lot of like markings on this cable. There is some writing, and I've been using the writing as the hot, which I did here. And then just to be safe, I just taped up the negative, the neutral. That way I knew which one was which and didn't accidentally touch something. Got the little butt connectors mounted. Now it's time for me to figure out where I can mount this thing. All right, so I removed these 2 clips right here, and this is insane. I don't know how like more perfect that could be. That is absolutely insane. All right, there we go. Done, guys. Another light wired in. Let's see if it works. Success. All right, well, that does it for the lights for now. I got 4 in the back, big bar in the front. I think we're ready to go. Next stop tonight, we'll take you out and see how bright they really are.